So we jumped into a lot of stuff today. A lot of stuff. Um, the major and minor sliding pentatonic scales, and more about the movable chords. So, just to kind of recap, the the movable major pentatonic scale, the sliding major pentatonic scale, the little pattern 1 2 3 1 2, and from any point on the neck you can start. Here's B, here's F, here's B flat. If you have that pattern, get that pattern in your hand, you can jam over anything without even thinking about what the names of the chords are. So I'm going to set up a little loop here. So it's a little 12-bar blues, right? So I can take the sliding major pentatonic scale, and I'm going to play a scale over each chord. So it comes around now. A, D, A, D, A, E, D, A, E. Now, when I was doing there, the scale we looked at mostly was the one that originated on the sixth string. Identify the root there. Then the other scale is one that originates on the fifth string. It's a little it's a little less symmetrical, but you need to kind of get your hand around both. But if I was going to just hang with the scale to start on the sixth string, it's not like this. A, D, A, E, D, A. So now I'll let that thing keep rolling. The sliding minor pentatonic scale. Now with this scale, you don't have to change, move the scale around to follow the chords quite as much. Because remember, the 1, the 4, and the 5 chord are all represented in the minor pentatonic scale because it's root, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7. In the major pentatonic scale, the fourth does not occur. So if I just pick the minor pentatonic scale, I'm going to play the sliding scale. Minor, major, D major, minor, E major, D, A. Anyway, I hope that gives you a little bit of clarity. The other thing we talked about was the movable E form and A form chords. The E form, root on the sixth string. Remember, this is the sixth string. This is the first string. Everybody gets that confused. Turn that E into a movable chord. So it's like playing an E chord farther up the neck with the first finger functioning as like a capo. Okay, so F, G, A sharp, B, C, and so forth. And every chord can be presented as a major or a minor chord. So if I'm going to play in the key of G, a 1, 5, 6 minor, 4, which would be G, D, E minor, C. But I got to spread them all the way around the neck to do that. G, D, E minor, C. But if I have the A form chord at my disposal, instead of playing, let's say I start on the G, instead of playing the D ray up here, I can go A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, and play my D on the 5th fret using the A form chord instead of playing all the way up here with the E form chord. So now it would be G, D, E minor. Well, I could play it way up here with the E form chord, but if I use the A form chord, remember the A minor, turn that to a movable chord, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E. There's E, but I make that a minor. So there's my minor. So now G, 1, G, D, 5, E minor, 6 minor, and then 4 would be C. Now I could play, I'm already up here, so I could play my C using the E form chord, or my C, go back, if I want to jump that back down, use the A form chord. So G, D, E minor, C, or G, D, E minor, C. Once you have those both of those chords in your toolbox, you can choose which chord you can play, because now you can play the G here and the G here, a D here and a D here, an E minor here and E minor here, and a C here or here. You got 2 choices now to play every chord. As we move on to the whole cage system, which are 5 chords, you can play any chord on the neck, in 3 or 4 different places easily. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of clarity, and we'll speak more of this next week. See ya.